Okay, o sige po, ang dami nag-aabang dito sa ating panayam, 'no? Maraming gustong malaman ano ba yung mga susunod na hakbang dito po sa House Justice Committee na pinamumunuan ninyo. Okay. So, puntahan po muna natin, 'no? May mga nagtatanong, bakit ang bilis nung ano, nung determination and sufficiency in grounds, 'no? It just took you, I think, mga 2 hours yata, 'no? And then you decided already in that committee that it was sufficient in grounds. Ano po ba itong ano, determination na ito as part of your process?
Itong determination and sufficiency in grounds, Christian, is supposed to focus dun sa mga subsequent responsive pleadings, no? That includes the answer of the respondent, the supposed reply of the complainant, and the supposed rejoinder of the respondent again, no? Pero ang nangyari dito sa answer, kamukha ng narinig natin to most of the justice members who manifested their position. Hindi siya directly responsive to the allegations in the complaint. So it is as if there is no answer. That is
Mm.
according to the members of the Justice Committee. And even from the point of view of the complainant, it did not challenge, it did not refute, it did not even commented to the real issues alleged in the complaint. So
Mm.
much so that the complainant decided to file this manifestation of their waiver to file a reply, no? As
Mm.
a matter of fact, hindi lang complainants ng third impeachment complaint. Even the complainant of the fourth impeachment complaint waived their opportunity to file a reply. So kung walang reply dahil na-waive na, there is no reason at all to anticipate a rejoinder. So first and foremost, Christian, yung period which is provided supposed to be to the filing of reply and the period provided to the filing of rejoinder na set aside
Mm.
because na-waive na yung reply, no? At kung bakit bumilis ang determination ng sufficiency in ground, it is because most of the justice members manifested that it never refuted, it never challenged, it never questioned, or even commented to the real issues alleged in the complaint. So,
Mm.
how are they going to assess whether or not nabago ba yung appreciation nila about efficiency in substance? Of course, kung unrefuted yung mga issues doon sa complaint dahil hindi na-address directly ng answer kung anong naging appreciation nila in the past step of the impeachment proceeding, it will stand, no? Kung
Mm.
ano yung appreciation nila about the impeachment complaint because it was not challenged, it was not refuted, no? Ibig sabihin, hindi na bago kung anong kanilang appreciation, understanding dito sa allegations in the original impeachment complaint, no? And that
Opo.
is why dumating sa punto na may may mga nagma-manifest pang Kongs, pero may mga Kongs na rin na bumubulong, "Let's proceed to vote." Kasi ang naririnig na namin, puros comment doon sa complaint, no? Remember,
Mm.
during the opening statement, I even reminded the Kongs, let us not step backward. Let's step forward. This deliberation is not intended to discuss the allegations in the complaint. What we are supposed to discuss today is the allegations in the answer. But because the answer is not responsive to the complaint, there were occasions when the justice members were tending to articulate again on the complaint. Kasi wala silang masabi about the answer eh. Because the
Mm.
answer is not responsive to the complaint. And that is why kokonti ang nag-manifest and all those manifestations led to let's go to voting, ganon. It's because wala talagang issue na na-establish doon si answer.
Okay.
That's why.
Ano pong opo. Ano pong basa niyo dito sa sagot nung Vice Presidente ad cautelam? So basically, they are proceeding with caution. Hindi ba medyo parang ano, may pagkamayabang o magasbang ba yung dating? Dahil hindi sinagot
Mm.
yung mga punto na na-raise doon sa dalawang impeachment complaints, bagkus kinwestiyon yung supposed lack of due process, double standard daw sa pag-handle ninyo sa impeachment complaints against her and those against the president before. At pangatlo, wala naman daw tinatawag na ultimate facts. Kumbaga, hindi ba sa simpleng usapan, di ba parang ang yabang ng sagot nito?
Well, basically, parang total disregard yun doon sa complaint, no? At total disregard din to the exercise of due process, which the Justice Committee has been observing since day one of our impeachment proceeding, no? I wish to add also, Christian, hindi lang dinisregard nila yung mga allegations doon sa complaint. They went on raising issues like violation of due process, failure to state ultimate facts, and disparity between the parameters in the impeachment proceeding against the president vis-a-vis the impeachment proceeding against the vice president. I wish to share to the public that issues like this are not cognizable by the Justice Committee. No? The proper forum actually for issues like this should be the Supreme Court already via the petition. No? So, yun nga, total disregard ng complaint, total disregard ng impeachment proceeding, and instead of addressing the real issues which were raised in the impeachment complaint, they went on questioning the proceeding of the Justice Committee. No?
Opo.
And of course, in my capacity as chairperson, and in all fairness to all the members of the Justice Committee, we've been very, very observant to the requirement of due process. As a matter of fact, ang ginagamit ko ang term dito, Christian, gumagapang kami sa rules of impeachment because we do not want to do away even the slightest requirement in the rules of impeachment because we understand that we owe this to the Filipino people. Ang tagal na nitong mga issues na to. Ang tagal na nitong mga questions na ito. It's about time na marinig na ng sambayan ng Pilipino ang mga kasagutan ng ating Vice Presidente dun sa mga aligasyon ng confidential fund, threat, and even the unexplained wealth in SAL and vis-a-vis the actual generation of income. No? At least for
Opo.
some the issues which were mentioned in the two impeachment complaints.
Actually, on my part, as someone observing the proceedings, ang dating sa akin, nagiging sobrang ingat po kayo. And I think I raised this in our previous interview. Mukhang ayaw nyo nang mabutasan o ayaw nyo mabutasan at all. Diba? Dahil alam
That is
naman ng
correct.
mga
That
pwedeng
is
hakbang,
correct.
hindi po ba? Okay. Nabanggit niyo
Yes.
po yung
As a
Supreme
matter
Court.
of fact, Christian, hindi lang ako eh. I think all the justice members are very cautious this time. No? They're very cautious to the point that we do not want to deviate from the rules that is provided under the rules of impeachment.
Okay. Nabanggit niyo po kanina yung Supreme Court, no? Mukha po bang isa yan sa nakikita niyong posibleng strategiya nitong Vice Presidente? Hindi kilalanin, basically, yung ginagawa niyo dyan sa House Justice Committee dahil eventually, pwede naman silang dumulog sa Korte Suprema.
Yes, that is one of the strategies which is being indicated right now, no? By the way they allege their defenses and arguments in the answer. But I hope that even the Supreme Court is watching the proceeding. I hope they recognize the strict compliance to the rules. I hope they acknowledge the ample compliance to the requirement of due process, no? Again, Christian, ang tagal na nito. The people of the Philippines have been waiting for answers. We failed on the first impeachment complaint, but we recognize the authority of the Supreme Court. No, I hope that this time around, the Supreme Court will be with us as we conduct this impeachment process, which we owe to the sovereign Filipino people.
Kasi I think ang concern po dyan baka mag-astang pakialamero na naman ang Korte Suprema doon sa mga bagay na under the Constitution ay dapat exclusively nasa saklaw ng kapangyarihan ng Kongreso. With all due respect sa Supreme Court. Yun lang po yung sinasabi ko.
Yeah. Yes, because at the end of the day, Christian, in spite of the disparity of opinions, in spite of the various legal opinions coming from the luminaries, the fact remains that the Supreme Court is the final arbiter in all controversies pertaining to the interpretation and even implementation of laws and rules. No, but
Okay.
let us hope and pray that this time around we will be together in the conduct of
Opo.
this impeachment process, together with the highest tribunal.
Okay. Ito pong yung sagot ng Vice Presidente which has been described by some of your colleagues as a non-answer. Ano po yung implications nito dito sa gaganapin na impeachment hearings na magsisimula po sa March 25?
Well, since itong March 25 hearing natin is intended for presentation of witnesses and evidence, no? Right now, considering that the appreciation of the justice members to their answer is non-answer, it is as if wala pang na-raise na argument ang respondent against the allegations of offenses and grounds in the impeachment complaint, no? In other words, itong hearing proper na ito is another ample opportunity that is being given to the respondent. Question is whether or not she will avail of this opportunity to present her defense, no? Kasi dito sa answer, dahil wala nga siyang direct na allegations or responses to the offenses and grounds, that led to the declaration of sufficiency in grounds, no? So dito naman sa hearing proper, which will be the basis of our determination of probable cause, the question is whether or not she will avail of this opportunity. If she does, then the justice members will be able to weigh between the evidence of the complainant and the evidence of the respondent in their determination of the existence of probable cause, no? Pwede ang maging decision ng some of the justice members will be against the declaration of probable cause. But in the event that the vice president or the respondent opted not to avail of this opportunity, ibig sabihin, isang ebidensya lang ang makikita ng justice members. That is the evidence of the complainant.
Mm.
And that evidence of the complainant will stand considering na walang evidence na nag-refute, nag-challenge, di ba? Nag-question. And in that
Mm.
case, there's a possibility that the justice members will be voting in favor of the existence of probable cause.
Okay. Iniisip ko lang po yung mga posibleng estratehiya dito nung panig ng Vice Presidente, no? Kasi kung ako naman yung Vice Presidente, bakit ako magre-refute at maglalabas ng aking ebidensya sa level ng House Justice Committee kung ang paniniwala ko, kahit ano pang gawin ko, meron silang numero para impeach ako. So I will just basically try my luck, and perhaps I think I have better chances of getting a favorable ruling, or siguro somewhere to that effect, no? Something to that effect kung umakyat sa Senado. O kaya kung
Yes.
dumulog ako sa Supreme Court. Hindi po ba?
That
Pwede
is a
kasing ganun ang
possibility,
iniisip nila.
Christian. Yes, that is a possibility actually, no? So that if in case the respondent will not be availing of this presentation of her defense during the hearing proper, in my mind, I think talagang ang anticipation nila is this impeachment complaint will be transmitted to the Senate. And perhaps you're correct on that perhaps their strategy is to address this impeachment complaint once it reach the upper house, which is the Senate, no? Where the trial will happen.
Kung magkakaroon ng trial.
Yes. Nakakapanghinayang lang, Christian, itong mga opportunities na to where there's a possibility for the respondent to convince the justice members, no? So, parang nawala yung opportunity dun sa answer because they did not address directly the offenses and the grounds, no? Tapos, if they will not be availing of this hearing proper, then they will be missing this opportunity again. That they will, may be able to convince the justice members not to vote in favor of probable cause. No?
Okay.
So
Pero
these
in the
are
meantime,
opportunities, chances na ma-dismiss sana ang impeachment complaint. But since they are not availing of these opportunities, I don't think that dismissal will be easy to achieve.
okay. Pero in the meantime, meron po kayong kapangyarihan para magpalabas ng ebidensya, hindi po ba? So let's talk about some of the allegations. Very, very serious, no? Yung alleged bank accounts containing millions, hindi po ba? So, doon sa mga hindi familiar sa proseso, saklaw po ba ng kapangyarihan ng Justice Committee sa inyong pamumuno bilang parte ng impeachment proceedings na pabuksan ng kanyang bank accounts? At mangyayari po ba ito pagpalo ng hearings?
This is my opinion, Christian. As a general rule, bank accounts are protected by bank secrecy law. But if you inquire into the exception to this bank secrecy law, dalawa lang yan. One is court order and second is impeachment cases, no? So ang question ng iba, pag sinabi bang impeachment cases, does it include a proceeding before the Justice Committee of the House of Representatives? My answer to that is yes. Why? We have a rule in statutory construction. When the law does not distinguish, we should not distinguish. When the law does not provide, we should not provide. Wala namang sinabi dun sa bank secrecy law that exception applies only to the Senate. Wala ring sinabi dun sa bank secrecy law na yon na kasama ang House of Representatives. In other words, it's silent. It simply states impeachment cases. How else will you consider the proceeding before the Justice Committee except for the fact that it is an impeachment case, no? So, in the absence of specific proceeding referred to in the exception of the bank secrecy law, it is really my humble submission that it applies to both the trial in the Senate and the proceeding before the Justice Committee of the House of Representatives. And following that interpretation, Christian, it means that the Justice Committee of the House of Representatives has the power to issue subpoena these bank records, which as a general rule is covered by bank secrecy law, but by way of exception, you can actually look into that without violating the law.
But of course, the Vice President can always run to the Supreme Court and question that possible effort by your committee to have her bank accounts open, hindi po ba?
Definitely, Christian. As a matter of fact, we cannot stop them because this is anybody's prerogative, no? To go to the Supreme Court if they believe that there is an issue of constitutionality or there was grave abuse of discretion amounting to lack or excess of jurisdiction, things like that. As a matter of fact, hindi lang dito sa bank secrecy law na to or sa matters concerning the bank records, at any stage of the proceeding before the Justice Committee, they can actually go to the Supreme Court.
Yun nga eh. So, pero in the meantime, meron kayong kalendaryo dapat sinusunod, no? Pero syempre, a lot of people are expecting na magiging bakbakan yan eh. Every step of the way, pwede questions sa Supreme Court yan. Pero specifically, kunwari dito po sa bank accounts, kunwari kinwestiyon sa Supreme Court, unless meron TRO, of course, the concerned agencies or banks are bound to
De-
provide the
Definitely,
details.
Christian. Definitely. As a matter of fact, it's clear under the rules of impeachment of the House of Representatives that the Justice Committee has the power to exercise these compulsory processes. Pag sinabi natin compulsory processes, it is the power to issue subpoena duces tecum for documents and the power to issue subpoena ad testificandum for compelling significant witnesses. No? So itong bank records na ito, pumapasok sa subpoena duces tecum and we will be exercising it by way of exception to the bank secrecy law.
Okay. Yung mga nagtatanong po, no, kailangan ba raw ng Vice President to physically attend the impeachment hearings or not necessarily?
Again, her presence during the hearing proper is her right to due process, no? Her presence during the impeachment hearing is part of her right to due process. In other words, whether she comes or otherwise is her prerogative or option. It's actually her choice whether she will attend or not. But the thing is, this is an opportunity for her to cause the dismissal of the impeachment complaint if, upon presentation of the defense evidence, she will be able to convince the justice members.
Okay. Paano po kung ang maging tugon ng kanyang kampo ay katulad din ng kanyang sagot doon sa impeachment complaints? Hindi sagutin. Bagkus ipagpatuloy yung pag-question doon sa supposed lack of due process, failure to establish ultimate facts previously, and of course yung double standard. Kunwari, something of that nature. Papapabilis
In
po
that
ba yung
case,
proseso dyan?
I think so, Christian, no? Kasi during the hearing proper, what we will be anticipating are evidence and witnesses to challenge the allegations of offenses and grounds, including the evidence and witness in support thereof, no? Eh kung ang i-argue ulit nila during the hearing proper is the alleged violation of due process, the failure to state ultimate facts, and the disparity in the parameters between the impeachment against the president vis-a-vis that of the vice president, this will be irrelevant to respond to the evidence supporting the allegation of offenses and grounds. So in that case, baka hindi ma-consider yan ng justice members and they will simply focus on the evidence presented by the complainant, no? Kasi sa hearing proper, there should be no more issues like that about the violation of due process and the failure to state ultimate facts. As a matter of fact, hindi nga ito cognizable na ng Justice Committee, no? Ang kailangan ng justice members to hear are the direct answers to the allegations of offenses and grounds.